The Herd Line.
Played almost a decade in the NFL, went to the University of Oregon, and then his brother Mitchell Schwartz is now a Pro Bowl offensive lineman for the just-defeated Kansas City Chiefs. Via the Coward Global Satellite Network, Geoff Schwartz, former NFL offensive lineman. By the way, if I told you, okay, no alcohol, you have to go on a super lean diet, but quality of life would dip for the next 5 months. Tell me, as an NFL athlete, you are a committed guy, could you do it? And I guess my question on a bigger note is, are you kind of amazed that Brady is as committed as he is?
Well, I would do it for myself. I've never won a Super Bowl, so of course I would sacrifice something. It probably would be carbohydrates, not beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, don't drink alcohol. If I had to say no pizza, no French fries, no chips for 5 months, it'd be very hard, but I've never won before. So to your point, to do this over and over and over and every single year, hone it down. Yes, it's impressive. And we see he still has the drive, still has the passion, 9 Super Bowls now. It is pretty amazing. Eventually you tire of this life, but when you make it a lifestyle like he has, this is all he knows. All he knows is being healthy and eating the right way and preparing the right way. So it's actually probably not surprising that he's been able to do this for so long.
Vegas initially, I tried to make this point yesterday, Geoff. You do a little gambling here and there. You've talked about that. You've embraced it fully. One of the things I said yesterday is, let's not forget that the Vegas guys made the Rams the favorite initially, but because of the public money, they had to make New England now almost a field goal favorite. So Vegas, generally thinks we're going to have Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, middle of the ring. What do you sense?
Look, all Patriots Super Bowls have been within one score, right? There's no surprise that this is what the game is going to be. I think the outcome between them and the Falcons was last year I guess it was 8 points, but pretty much have all been within one score. So the game is going to be close. You're right. I would have loved to bet the Patriots probably at +1 when I had an opportunity to do so. All the money right now is on New England, but I will say this. Look, they're not the better team than the Rams. The Rams are the better football team, but the Chargers were the better football team. The Chiefs are the better football team, and the Patriots keep finding ways to win. The number 2.5, I'm not sure I love. I think I'm probably on the money line if I were to bet the Patriots here. But I don't know how you bet against them. I mean, they keep proving you wrong, or the public, every single week. I think the public's saying, look, enough of this. We're going to bet on the guy who's been here before, who's won 5 Super Bowls. There's no surprise that's where the money is at. But I do wonder where this line will end up on Sunday when the sharps start weighing in.
Here's the thing. Here's my one big advantage for the Rams. They're getting crushed by fans because they don't deserve to be here because of the bad call. And that's all they're hearing for 2 weeks. You're lucky to be here. And then everybody's betting against them. So Sean McVay has this two-pronged attack. The country's anti-Rams. They shouldn't be here. The Patriots are the dynasty. In your career, did you ever go into a game where you thought, we got better players and we're getting no respect? And does it matter?
Well, I think it does matter because you need any extra motivation this time of year. You've played so many weeks of the year, right? 20 weeks of the year plus training camp, and any little motivation is definitely a factor. But remember, the Patriots also feel this way. Even though the money's all on them, everyone's picking the Patriots, they also have this underdog mentality. It's the reason why I liked them last week to beat the Chiefs. I said this the other day, I secretly bet the Patriots. Obviously, my brother plays for the Chiefs. I didn't really want anyone to know that I thought the Patriots were going to win that game just because, again, this underdog mentality really works for them. So they both have this going for them. The Rams can say this, and the Patriots have convinced themselves that no one likes them. It's pretty remarkable what they've done. So I think both teams will use this to their advantage. And look, it's obviously the last game of the year. You have to go out and give everything you have. But that little extra motivation is very helpful this time of year.
By the way, without giving away family secrets, I'm going to ask you to give away a family secret. When you talked to your brother Mitchell Schwartz after the game, did he have any comments about New England, their personnel? I mean, was there anything that stuck with you he talked about?
I think he thought they would bring pressure more on Mahomes more often, or one more what they call zero pressure, right, where you bring everyone who's not on a wide receiver. We saw them do that a lot against the Chargers, a lot against the Chiefs previously in their previous game of the year. But there's not much surprise, right? They double Tyreek Hill. They run those twists in the middle, which we knew what they were doing. It's what they had done most of the playoffs. They don't have a front four that can get home really without bringing pressure. So it wasn't much of a surprise. And remember, we talk about adjustments. The Chiefs almost didn't even get through their first 15 plays plays before halftime. So there's not much adjustments to be made. They made them at halftime. They come out. They scored 31 points on 32 plays in the second half.
Yeah. Jared Goff, I thought, outplayed Breeze. And when you look at Goff, I've said he reminds me of kind of a young Brady, who we used to mock after the combine. Yes. What do you see with Goff?
I think I heard Andrew Whitworth talk about this, and, they believed in Goff, but the amount of growth he's shown the last couple of weeks in these playoff games. Remember, the first quarter of the Saints game, he could not hear. They had to replace his earpiece with a louder earpiece. He had to cover his ears to hear, and then to come in the second half and have the big plays that he made. That throw at the end of the first half, the Cooks kind of got him back on track. So he has done everything we've asked of him. I know the question was, I had the same question too. He has never played in a big road game in this magnitude in his career. New Orleans is a hard place to play. We knew Breeze was 6-0 heading in that game. I think he grew leaps and bounds in that game. And you're right. Everyone kind of doubted him. We heard his comments about the sun setting during Hard Knocks. I think everyone kind of laughed at him, but he looks like he's put on weight. He's got more mature, obviously. He's grown up now, third year in the NFL, and he's what you want in a franchise quarterback. By the way, when you look at your career, you had a great career, and your brother has a great career. Yeah. I've said that the Patriots have 12 draft picks. I think Gronk retires. They'll have a little cap space. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a fall off a cliff dynasty, even if New England loses. I think they're potentially back here next year. I mean, give me your kind of feeling with 12 draft picks. Most of their best players, it should be noted, Jeff, are like 27, 28 years old. If New England lost, what does it mean to them? Well, I don't know if it means very much to them. I think this game actually means more for the Rams in general, for Goff and McVay. If they were to win this game to beat the evil empire and the Patriots. If New England wins or loses, I don't think it changes what we think about Tom Brady. What, he's 5-4 now, or he's 6-3? I don't think it matters much, but for the Rams, it matters a lot. So to your point, I think the Patriots just continue. If Brady wants to play, if Belichick wants to play, you mentioned the draft picks. The offensive line is, I think, all back next year, which has been a big part of what they've done. Gronk, they have to replace him, obviously, if he retires somehow. But you have Michelle. You actually bring Isaiah Wynn back as a draft pick from last year on the offensive line. You found ways to rush the passer. Yeah, they're going to be good. And their division is not as good, obviously, but the culture is going to be good next year. The Chiefs will be back next year. So they'll have better teams in the AFC to contend with. Good stuff. Geoff Schwartz, former NFL offensive lineman, brother of Mitchell Schwartz, who's a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. Good talking to you, bud. Thank you, bud. Take care. Coming up, by the way, Saquon Barkley got locked out there was the convention center. There was some security breach or something. He got locked out. But I like Geoff Schwartz, too. So he just stopped on by. Is that it? Yeah, Saquon Barkley heard I'd vote for Baker Mayfield, Rookie of the Year. He just bailed on the interview. Listen, Danny Amendola acknowledged he used to hate me, and he likes me. Even Baker, when he left the set, I think kind of liked me. I think when you're around me, you like me. I think when you watch me, you hate me. You win people over? Yeah, Baker Mayfield did not go on our show this morning. He went on Undisputed. You know what? Maybe he flips back off. You know what? You know how I said the Browns are going to finish second or third next year? Seller. 2-13, 2-14. Not that I'm petty. They're going to win 2 games? No, I'm joking. They'll win. They're going to be around 500. They'll be a 500-ish team. That's not negative. Given their recent history, that's very positive. It's actually a sign of consistency. Yeah, Cleveland, listen, 8-8, 9-7, they're throwing a parade. I mean, you can probably Baker the Grand Marshal of it. Coming up next, why I think this year's Super Bowl is about to break a long-running tradition. The Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, 8 Eastern, our Discover Card Key matchup. Get your free credit scorecard today, even if you're not a Discover customer. Includes your FICA credit score. Won't hurt your credit either. Learn more at discover.com/credit. Scorecard limitations apply.